US military drawdown and a surge in fighting between Afghan forces and Taliban. Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani will be visiting the United States this week to hold talks with US President Joe Biden. Chairman of Afghanistan's High Council for National Reconciliation, Abdullah Abdullah, will accompany Ghani on his first face-to-face meeting with Biden. US troop withdrawal is on the agenda for the meet. Now, where Joe Biden will also repeat his pledge to ensure that the country never becomes a safe haven for terrorist groups. Since Biden's decision to end America's longest war after nearly 20 years of conflict, at least 30 Afghani districts have been seized by the Taliban. Criticizing the recent Taliban attacks on various parts of the country, that time Ashraf Ghani has issued a warning to the Taliban, saying that if they want enmity, they will face serious response. Ghani said that the Taliban should decide if they want to seek a true political solution or to continue the enmity. Now, the statement came amid slow progress in the talks between the Taliban and the Afghan government. The Taliban, meanwhile, has said that they are committed to peace talks, adding that they wanted a genuine Islamic system in Afghanistan. The head of the Taliban's political office, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar, believes a genuine Islamic system is the best means for a solution of all issues of the Afghans. Officials have raised concerns over the negotiations and have said the Taliban has not yet submitted a written peace proposal. While there are growing fears of the Taliban returning to power and eventually reimposing their harsh version of Islamic law, Afghanistan's former president, Hamid Karzai, has said that the US failed at both fighting extremism and bringing stability to the war-torn region. He added that the US troops were leaving behind a disaster as extremism was at its highest point.
The heavy-handed, totally wrong US NATO military campaign in Afghanistan. The campaign was not against extremism or terrorism. The campaign was more against Afghan villages and homes, putting Afghan people in prisons, creating prisons in our own country against our people, and bombing our villages. That was very wrong. They're leaving behind a country in conflict with so much loss of life, with so much suffering.
WION correspondent Sarah Walton joined us earlier from New York for more on this. Listen in.
Well, when Ghani meets Joe Biden for the first time face-to-face at the White House this coming Friday, one of the things Joe Biden will be looking to give the Afghan leader and the Afghan people is reassurance that America will be there to support Afghanistan in the long term, if not militarily, in other areas, economically and in humanitarian aid. I think one thing that Mr. Ghani will probably not hear when he goes to the White House is that the US is planning to change its withdrawal plans in any way, despite the situation on the ground in Afghanistan, which, as you've been saying, has really deteriorated since Joe Biden made the announcement that US troops will be withdrawn by September the 11th. That announcement was made in the April time, and since then the Taliban has overrun dozens of districts. Nevertheless, we actually heard from the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, who appeared on the morning news breakfast shows in the US on Sunday morning, and he said that there is no plan for the US to change its program of withdrawal. In fact, he said that they are withdrawing troops at a record pace, and it's thought the last US troops will actually be in a position to leave Afghanistan before that September 11th deadline.